From the start, I've never thought there is a choice of not having the operation, because I know that I'm going to be paralysed anyway, so it's a sort of a catch-22. I've noticed a few things had changed. I noticed that my right thigh was half the size of my left thigh. I used to sort of describe myself as fit for my age, or very fit for my age, to I'm sort of disabled now by it. You know, I can't do very much. And I don't do very much. I don't pick my grandchildren up in case I fall over. So.
Well, she's one of the worst things. All surgeons need to be obsessive. Neurosurgeons are perhaps more obsessive than others because there is no such thing as a straightforward spine operation. The disc is the fibrous tissue that lies between adjacent vertebrae. Occasionally, some of that disc material can break out and it can find itself pressing on the spinal cord. The thoracic disc prolapse itself is tiny.
So, suction left?
And I'm operating deeper in the body than any other operation that I can think of.
It's such a long way down.
It is, isn't it?
All the instruments are absolutely at the limits of what they can do.
I thought with my longer hands that would help. Something bleed, I'm afraid.
Not yet.
No, we've got a bit of bleeding that's troublesome, so...
Blood has always been described as a surgeon's worst enemy. Blood doesn't transmit light and you can't see through it. So as soon as there is any bleeding, then the operation grinds to a halt. And if the bleeding is substantial, the patient's life is put at risk.
Well, I can see something going. It's definitely coming from outside.
I have to be extremely meticulous to go through every site from which it might possibly be coming.
Right, well, that's where it's dripping from. I think that looks okay to me. So that was irritating, wasn't it? You wonder what sets it off, don't you? You know, it's been sitting there quietly.
Slightest movements, isn't it?
We've got to get the disc mobilised.
One of the things about operating on thoracic discs is that the most difficult part of the operation comes right at the end. Because it's effectively bone, it's still applying pressure to the spinal cord. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm a millimetre here between wrecking him and removing the disc. And after, 8 hours of operating, that's quite a hard place to be. I often feel that I'm fighting with the last piece of disc material, that it's a battle of will between me and it. But of course it holds the upper hand because it knows that a false move on my part could have dire consequences.
Come on, Colin.
That's actually pretty big, isn't it? It is big.
Oh dear.
When I pull the tiny piece out of the deep dark hole, I feel a mixture of relief and also there's a slightly comical feeling that I've spent all day fiddling around removing this tiny piece of bone. How could it have caused so much trouble and taken so long?
Hi, Colin. How are you getting on?
Well, thank you, yeah.
Good. How's your walking? Have you got some sticks
no,
or
I
a frame?
started off with one, but don't need it. Yeah.
Show me.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. Do you need a hand getting up?
No, I'm fine. I'm good.
Just take it easy, because we don't want you falling over at this stage.
Yeah. So a bit of foot drop still.
Yeah.
But, you know.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm thrilled.
Good.
We'll have to do it. Take care.
He's an amazing man. I just feel that the doors have opened on the rest of my life, really, and I can move forward. Yeah. Whereas before I thought it's going to be a very difficult future. It's a new phase of my life. Thank you.
Did you want me to go and get you a wheelchair, or you have to?
No, I walked in, I'm going to walk out. Well,
Right.
I'll try not to.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye, thanks.